What is up, guys? This is Murdoc, and I am back bringing you some more PvP commentary. Today I have a game of Huttball for you. I am running solo this game without my guild group, so tactics will be a little bit different than they were the last match. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. I'd like to wish everyone a happy New Year's. Hope you guys have an all safe, happy night, have fun, and come back and do some more PvP. And the game's getting underway, so here we go. So since I don't really have a group with me that I'm comfortable with, I'm not going to roll right for the ball. Instead, I see these two guys standing right near the lava pit here, and I get a lucky knock-in. I get one dead, and the other is pretty low. Able to finish him off without too much of a problem here. And I get a re-stealth. Now for my spec, re-stealth is very important, not just for getting the opener, but for getting the extra force recovery coming out of stealth. So if you can, use that re-stealth, even just for half a second, it's worth it. Now I can see they're running the ball here, they're getting over the pit, but luckily we're able to get the kill. And I see this guy who's healing, a level 50 mercenary, so I try and stick on him, but I get knocked down. Nice pass from the other team, back up to the top. Finish him off for his trouble. No healing available, so I see what I can do to get back in the fight. Now here I'm seeing this guy, I know he's about to try and cross over the fire, so I'm going to try and stun him if I can. Hope the fire will kill him, but doesn't really work out for me, and I have no way to break this stun, and I end up going down, and we get scored on. So not the best opening. Now I see like there's a couple people getting cleaned up at the back there. Really don't need to waste my time doing that. You know, I'm basically helping them, killing them off at this point, and you know they don't seem like they need it. So I'm going to try and come in and see if I can slow down the ball carriers and disrupt any help they might have. Try and knock this guy in the pit, but I have no way to stun him, so it takes a little bit extra damage. I'm just trying to put pressure on, work my rotation, throw out the DPS. Starting to take some pretty heavy damage, not really getting any heals from anywhere, so get a re-stealth off and try and reset a little bit for myself. And take this opportunity to seethe up a little bit. At this point I'm kind of realizing that my team is hopelessly outnumbered and we are not coordinated at all, so at this point, guys, I hate to tell you, I'm gonna kind of start looking for kills instead of start looking for objective. You know, playing alone, that's just kind of how it is. Sometimes you can't be a one-man team. But so I'm going to do my best to try and get some kills and have some fun and put some pressure on. I see this guy who's healing, so try to knock him in the pit, keep pressure on him. And down he goes. I see this rogue in stealth. I'm trying to get a sap off on him, and unfortunately it doesn't work out for me, so I find myself in a 2-on-1. And I realize I'm outnumbered, I'm stunned, so I take off, vanish, get the speed, and heal up. And I'm good to go. Kind of a scrum here in the middle, trying to figure out who I want to stick on. Has some help coming up from the top, so I try and jump on this guy. Get a snare on him, put some damage on, and down he goes. And I see my teammate here getting a little bit abused. I was trying to do a knockback, but my cooldown wasn't quite done, so I couldn't quite save my teammate that way. So I try and just throwing on the damage, and he barely survives. Jumping on this mercenary. Find myself in 2-on-1. Throw some knockbacks. Throw a stun. Catch a vent. And try and get the kill here on this guy, but works out. Can't get out of combat right now. Health is pretty low. I haven't gotten any heals this game, so I'm gonna go heal up.
Rotworm ball. Let's see if they can keep it.
Fights reset. Back at 100%. Looking for the next target.
Pathetic. Oldest obstacle on the course, Rotworm.
Looking at the ball carrier. I'm trying to get a sap off to slow him down. I do. I think that's probably quickly going to get broken, though, by my pug teammates. See a couple people up top here on a 2-on-1 with my teammate. So I jump in. I see this guy going across the pit. So I throw a stun on him. Trying to slow him down. Didn't work out for me. Get burnt a little bit myself. Finish him off. And now I'm pretty low. So I force cloak so I don't get damaged or stuns. Run down, get the sprint. Try to grab a heal, but it's gone. So I'm going to take myself to the corner of the map here. Get out of combat. And see it up to full.
Bad day for frog dogs everywhere.
As I'm doing that, I see an enemy player running past. So I'm trying to keep my eye and see if he's going to come around the corner so I can quickly stealth. But he doesn't seem to notice me. So I'm going to try and grab the power up here.
Let's go berserk.
And go after this lonesome individual.
But for how long?
Throw the sap on him and don't see anyone else around, so I decide to jump on him. And I find myself in the acid. I'm taking range, but I still feel pretty confident I could outdamage this guy. So I stay on him, close the distance, and start putting pressure on. And down he goes. I wasn't quite sure where that range damage was coming from. I don't know if that was my teammate or what. So I decided to vanish and sprint, get away, heal up, reset the fight, and now I'm back in it and good to go. Now, right away, I pick off a healer here. And healer, as I said in my last video, was pretty much priority #1 for me as an assassin. So I jump right on him, put a snare on him, try to knock him here in the acid, but just barely miss. And I find myself in a 3-on-1 in the acid. And I'm in some trouble here. Vanish is down. I tried to sprint. Actually, no, I did get a vanish off. So I was able to sprint, vanish, and get out of there with, I can't quite tell, about 800 hit points, something like that. So I was pretty lucky. But I'm able to get the speed power up, which lasts a ridiculous amount of time, and grab one healing pack. I need definitely some more healing, so I'm going to go back and grab the other while I still have the sprint. And just like before, the fight's reset, and I'm back in the fight and ready to go. I see our ball cutter making a sprint for it, so not really a lot I can do down here as an assassin to help him out. Don't really have a lot of ranged options, so I'm going to try and just slow people down behind him the best I can. I see him crawling across the fire, so I throw a stun on him. I was thinking that was going to kill him off. He's left with 320 hit points, so I say, you know what, I'm just going for it. I take him down, and I see this guy throwing range damage on and knock him off. I think I decided to go after him here, yeah. And I'm just putting pressure on, trying to get him off of ball carriers or whoever else. Now my interrupt is down, so I have to let those heals go through. I got that interrupt, but now I'm in a little bit of trouble here. So I'm going to sprint off. But I get caught. I do have trinket, but not really a lot of other options. I try and throw a snare and LOS. It doesn't work out for me, and I get caught in the 3-on-1. Coming back in it, throwing the rebuffs. Have to wait a little while for the door here. Trying to keep an eye on where enemy players might be, see if anyone's waiting for like a cherry picking, waiting for a pass right near the end zone. Definitely take them out, but no one's around. So I see the ball carrier pretty close to me. I'm going to jump right on him, and now I see a healer right behind him. So I change focus. I get on the healer to separate him from his ball carrier, and I'm going to hope my teammates will do something about it. The ball carrier is pretty smart. Comes down with his healer to try and support. But he isn't really doing a lot. Healer goes down. I follow. Trying to throw pressure on as long as he's healing himself. He's not healing the ball carrier, and that's fine with me. Stunned here, can't break it. I do vanish. Would have liked to have gotten that kill, but I was in a 4-on-1, and I had no option. So 17% health, not a lot I can do right here. Now that I'm out of combat, gonna go heal up. As you guys can see, you know, Huttball is definitely a team-oriented game, but you know, I'm here alone, and I'm not communicating with anyone at all. But you know, I'm still able to do some damage and play my game and pick people off when I need to, and try and do the best I can. And unfortunately, we were up against a team who was a lot more organized than we were, and that's what happens when you pug and you queue alone. But I think we expect that at this point. Gonna help my teammate out up here. Want to keep people away from the end zone. That leaves him open for an easy pass and an easy score. So, you know, if we have to lose, that's one thing, but we don't want to get destroyed. So we got a cluster over here. So I'm trying to figure out who I want to get on. End up jumping on this mercenary. Trying to knock people out of the way. I could see my screen kind of glitch there. I thought he jumped down. Lost sight of him for a second. So I ended up switching. And I get the kill. Now I'm trying to target this person and I can't quite get him. So I throw the knockback. Get him off the pole, or off the pedestal. And start throwing damage on with the snare. I can see I'm taking damage from behind, so I take the vent behind him, see if I can get out of line of sight of whoever's ranging me, and that's why I end up going around the box there. And I see an easy pick off right here. Tried to snare him while he was in the lava or in the acid so he'd take more damage, but instead I get caught back in a knockback myself, and down I go. So I think there's been a lot of examples of getting hit with acid and getting hit with fire in this video, so hopefully you guys definitely be aware of that, be conscious of it, don't stand near it, especially near the opening. You're going to get knocked in it, and it's just not going to feel good. So just don't do it. I open up in this guy near the side. I know the healing's right there, and I leave it available for my teammate because, you know, you can see he's half health, but at this point the guy was getting low, the enemy was getting low himself, and even though I was 100%, I grabbed the healing power up to prevent him from getting it. So my teammate hopefully should have grabbed it a little sooner, but I'd rather prevent him from getting it, the enemy from getting it, than wasting it. So I open up on the healer again. I'd rather have him busy with me than healing his teammates or anyone else. Throw him some serious damage on, get the interrupt, and down he goes. And with the healer dead, his teammates seem to go down pretty quick. Start getting hit pretty hard here. Burn a force cloak. Remove the dots from me. 600 hit points. I'm looking for a heal. There's nothing in that corner, so I go to grab the sprint here. Stay in stealth. Grab the healing power up. And again, I'm back in the fight. Now the middle's just a mess. There is no one around to help me. And I see one teammate come in, but another enemy comes in. So I throw a sap. And I'm looking for who I might want to pick off. not a lot of options right there. And unfortunately, the game is ticking down. Not every game can be a winner, but hopefully you guys can see that, you know, even without a full team or without a group of guildies running around, you can still do some decent damage and get some good kills inside of a war ground. And hopefully you guys learn a little bit to not stand into the lava or the fire. So that's the game. Finish out the game, top damage, 27-3. Not too bad for being alone, so I'm happy with that. And we can't all be winners, but just want to get that up here. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you learned something, and hope you guys have a good New Year. So this is Murdoc, signing out.